All right, so I kind of want to walk through one of my go in Florida, the first go that I got. So I was a platoon sergeant on a planning look, so the first look of the day. I guess it's not really planning, so you lead into the execution portion. But first thing that they come and look at as a platoon sergeant, um, you'll get graded on resupply in the morning. So making sure that like everybody consolidates their water and brings it out with like a tactical resupply team. Um, and then also they look at that patrol base pretty quickly. So my platoon sergeant look, we actually were blown out of our patrol base. They made us completely leave it, go to the road, and then reoccupy and establish a patrol base around like 8 in the morning, and we were expected to plan and then brief an order at like 10:30. So definitely the worst possible way we can start the mission, especially as a platoon sergeant, right? Because that's your baby there. That's your bread and butter, is making sure that patrol base is squared away while the platoon leader is able to plan that operation. So having a really rough start like that, getting blown out, is the only time that happened to us in my experience the whole time I was in Florida, and I was the one in charge. So immediately this got me thinking, right? Like, I don't have a go yet. This is my second look in Florida. We already got blown out of a patrol base. That's one graded task that I'm not going to get, right? And you start working yourself up and overthinking these things. And I remember I had to take like a conscious effort for myself to say, hey, it happened, it's done, drop it, and worry about what you can control moving forward. So I ended up doing everything I could to kind of fix that patrol base the next time we reoccupied it. So during the order, it looked a lot better, a lot more squared away. And we end up going through the mission, and I get graded on a multitude of things and just try to worry about everything I can. And when it was all done, I felt really solid about it. Had a good medevac. I knew when my pinpoint was close because my RI that was grading me actually plugged it into like a military GPS app. So when I gave him the 8-digit grade, he told me that it was 80 meters away from our actual location. So I knew things were going well at the end, and reflecting back on it, I am like, well, good thing I didn't let that one issue in the beginning, that one patrol base getting blown out, kind of ruin that whole momentum of the mission. I was able to kind of take a deep breath, reset, and say, hey, moving forward, if I got a no-go on that one task, then I'm going to do everything I can to get every other task I'm going to grade it on, whatever they may be. So, like I said, I felt good about the mission. It went really well. We had an awesome medevac. I had a really good medic that was helping me out. The RTO was following me around. Like, a lot of things just went really well from that point forward. And I felt really solid about it. So the next day during my AAR, the RI asked me, he's like, I graded you on 7 tasks, which is more than I normally do. Out of those 7, how many do you think you got to go on? And like I said, I felt really confident about everything else after up to that patrol base. It seemed like it had gone well. The AAR had gone well, like as a group afterwards. So I told my RI, I was like, I think I got 6 of them. And that was like an optimistic guess. I was hoping that would be the case. He looks at me and he's like, no, you went 7 for 7. And I was stunned because, and I asked him, I was like, what about the patrol base? He's like, well, the patrol base was really sloppy in the beginning. We blew you out of it. But once you guys like reoccupied and reset, it was a complete 180-degree like turnaround. Like it looked really squared away. It was good for that brief. And I gave you a go on that graded task. So I guess the overarching like point and moral of this story is, even if you have the worst start you could imagine, right, and things are going horribly right in the beginning, take a deep breath, reassess, be able to adapt and kind of like make adjustments. If it means that it's extra work and you have to go reoccupy it again, that's okay. Just control everything you can and do the best that you can, and don't let one mistake compound into several. So like I said, I ended up going 7 for 7 on those tactical tasks after that, and he was happy with the way that we adjusted with that like specific patrol base incident. And it kind of just goes to show that if you are able to be resilient and you're able to kind of take their feedback, take their criticism, like take it on the chin and do everything you can to turn it around, then you can still get rewarded for it, and it's not over for you. So be adaptable, be able to take criticism, and it's all good. There's never a point where you're down. Like, no matter how bad a lane is going, just keep on fighting and keep doing everything you can on all those tasks that you have to do. And you're only giving yourself a better opportunity to get a go on that look, right? Don't ever give up. Don't ever throw the towel in. And even if it has, like I said, the worst start imaginable, it does not matter. Just keep trying to do the right thing. And more often than not, it's going to work out for you.